Hi y'all, it's Joanne. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. This morning I was watching a video by Kerr and was really inspired by it. She was doing, I think she called it aging and distressing paper scraps. So I thought I'd give it a try. I started and then I thought, well, why don't I turn the camera on and do it with you and make my mistakes with you, and I'll also just link her video so you can see how she does it, which is just, they came out beautifully. I really love them. So let's go ahead and start. Now she used white gesso, and believe it or not, I have misplaced my white gesso. I don't know how that's even possible, but I did. So I'm just using some clear gesso. Let's see how that does. I went on and put some on these 3 pieces so they'd have time to dry, and then I thought I'd go ahead and do this 4th one with you. Move this out of the way. So let's just go ahead and start. Got some gesso here, and she just kind of brushed it on randomly. Did them all a little bit differently, but looks like I brushed some kind of something in that, but that's okay. All right, go for that. And then she also used, I'm going to use this cap to my white paint. And I'm just gonna actually just dip it in the gesso. See how that works. I don't know. Like I said, we're trying this together. And then I'm just gonna make some little circles. All right, now I'm just gonna put that off to the side there to let it dry. Move this. And these are dry now, so what she did next was just take some distress inks and some of the oxide ones. My vintage photo is just the distress. I think you could probably, do better, spread it better with the oxide, but this is okay, I hope. Let's see what we end up with. And she just kind of, worked it into the paper. Let's see. I think I need to re-ink this. Let's just go ahead and do it like this. Well, this will be a surprise. I think I'm going to go ahead and do some of this peeled paint. Oh, where's my... There we go. I'm just kind of putting it a little bit here and there. Okay, I guess let's see what we end up with. Then she took a white, a wet tissue. I've got my water pen here. I'm just going to use some of this water. She had a spray bottle, but I think this will work fine. Just wet that. I wonder if I wet it too much. I don't know. And then just rub it. And of course, where the gesso is, you can rub that ink right off. interesting. Okay, I think I'm going to go back in with some more green. I think I needed more gesso here and there. I don't know. Let's see what we end up with. I don't know, I kind of like it. What do you think? And then these are nice. She was using them, you know, as a background, or tear some off and use it for collaging. All right, let's go ahead. Starting with the green on this one, and just see what we end up with. We are just playing today. Just play most days, don't we? Or I do anyway. Okay. I think I'm even going to put a little bit of blue in here. Why not, right? Gonna get some blue on the edges, maybe. Okay. Now let's dampen our cloth a little more. There we go. And start rubbing. See what surprise awaits us. I guess you could be a little more selective in where you put the gesso. I don't know. Or is it best just go with the flow? I like it. What do you think? I think I need a little more water. That's what I think. This is kind of dry. Yeah, you could just put this, you know, cut a nicer shape and put it on some cardstock and have it as a journal card or tag base. I think I'm going to let that dry and then come back to it. All right, what do we want to do with this one? How about if we do more, start with the blue on this one. See what we end up with. Oh, this one I can see is one that I put some of the circles with that paint lid. Hard to see what else is under there, but we will find out soon enough. There we go. What else? Maybe I'll put some of the vintage photo right on top. ahead and wet this and see what we come up with on this one. Wow. Interesting. I think I'd rather use the white. That way when you're putting the gesso down, you have a better idea of where you're actually putting it. But this is okay for a practice run. Oops. Somehow I've covered up my circles. I'm going to go ahead and play with this one a little more now that it's dry. Let this one dry and come back to it and see where we end up. Excuse me. This is a fun project. Actually, I think this is something that would be kind of cool to do on a blank journal page, you know, in your journal. Have a blank page you don't know what to do with. Or just, you know, when you want to do something different with. I'm staying in frame here. Oops. I like that. I think those will make nice backgrounds. Like I said, you could cut it into a journal card or a tag. Put it on some cardstock or pieces of file folder, something to give it some body. What do we want to do? I think we're going to do some vintage photo. Oh, that just brought some of that circle out. Problem is I couldn't see where I had the clear gesso, and then I did the circles right on top of it. So they're having a hard time being seen because I'm wiping it off. Maybe I won't wipe here. Got 3 circles. I don't know if you're seeing that or not. Yeah, I would definitely recommend using the white gesso rather than the clear, just so you have a better handle on where you're putting it. Okay, I don't want to go over these circles, or I will just rub them out again. Okay. I think that's it. What do you think? Here's this one. I think this one's my favorite. All right, well, that is it for today. I thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. And like I said, I will link G. Kerr's YouTube on here. Boy, I'm stumbling over my words here. Anyway, I was getting ready to say something and I totally forgot what. So instead, I will say happy crafting.